Welcome back to the channel. We're here doing some Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. And we're on the bridge. We just finished footfall. I guess we finished footfall. So we've got some things to do. What are those? High Factorum. We need to talk to the High Factorum. We need to talk to Jay. I thought there was someone else we needed to talk to. Argenta. Okay, so let's do Factorum. Generous. Factorum. There he is. Alright, let's go do that first. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? Victor informed me there was a problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, Lord Lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning and purpose. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of the servitors myself, but it deemed it necessary to notify you. I didn't wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitor and usual people before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Pascal Hanumanus rested the desire to be present during the inspection, should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of an esteemed Megos could come in handy. I wish to take a look at these servitors. As you wish, your lordship. Would you like the engineer Prime to accompany you? Yeah. As your lordship commands. Oh. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long sprawling line and facing toward the center end of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the gates bay, their bodies jerked into motion. All in one, as if obeying command, the servitors tore toward the face of the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went still just as roughly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. Huh. The engineer Prime slowly waded into the motionless task of ranks of the servitors, peering into their faces and checking their readings. There was no haste in Pascal's action. With mesmerizing diligence, he inspected every single unit in his path. The Ben Herrick prayers were his companions in the investigation. The examination confirmed the technomats' initial hypothesis. Servitors' souls, or rather, the souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Not yet fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddy performed lobotomy is most rarely observed, and yet for some unknown reason it occurred in every single one of the servitors gathered in the bay. All present held their breath, disturbed by the sight, and waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His Lordship, Malachi von Valencius. So, immediately the other servitors, each and every one of them, stepped forward toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The Rogue Trader halted in place and, after a moment's thought, waved his hand, and the servitors just as synchronously repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomat, so that the servitors was mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it incline his head or wave his hand or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, Rogue Trader approached with confidence. Lord Captain examined the servitors. As High Factorum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsing under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. Visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitor's body after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly, that no one had been able to explain the change in behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half-machines and half-people. Lord Captain stepped away from the servitors. All present held their breath, stirred by the sight. We just did this, didn't we? Yeah. Alright. Amended report. Yes, long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the server people, they were still carrying out tasks, and therefore service did not call for their termination. Let's do that. The group of Tech Knights hurried to act on the Lord Captain's command as the servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The structures between the wrinkled pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the Technomass do all their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscle abounding with valves and cavities, pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the Technomass concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At the moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome by some primordial terror. Alright. Lordship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was confidence that the nightmare stupor. To dispose of the servitors so that their human souls may be released from torment. Send the servers back to toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes. It's interesting that basically these two are the same, but one's dogmatic and one's not, and this one is kind of the same, but one's, I mean, it's basically the same thing. So, Lord Captain's command was executed post-haste. All defective units were incinerated in furnaces, and their remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors and soon forgot about the destroyed unit's peculiarities. Yet the incident haunts my memories to this day. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Okay. We need to talk to... Where's Argenta? Get the map. Argenta is right down here. You can talk to Argenta. Alright.
Greetings.
I wish for you to leave my entourage and my ship. Yeah, okay, no.
Yes, I'm ready. I would ask only one thing of you, rogue trader. If I may, I would like to see the chamber of the sacred warrant and kneel before the relic touched by the Emperor himself. A difficult conversation lies ahead of us, and I wish to pray by the relic before I lay my soul bare.
Alright, let's go. Let's go to loading screen. Argenta drops to her knees, her hands are making the sign of Aquila. Her eyes are locked on the sweeping signature of the warrant, a seemingly mundane thing, merely a flourish on a piece of paper. Unless one knows whose hand left that mark and whose blood is on that paper. If thou seest flaw in me, smite me. If thou knowest a fall of mine, burn me with flames of fury and righteousness. But if thou seest the light me, grace me. If thou hearest this plea of mine, bless me with wrath and fury and righteousness. Argenta's voice is sonorous, as made for singing hymns and prayers. Right now she cannot seem to catch her breath, as overwhelmed with emotion is she. For I breathe by the will of thine, for I live by the laws of thine. I carry thy word, O Emperor. I bring solace to servants of thine, and ruin to foes of thine, our fate of terror and righteousness. When Argenta's mind opens her eyes, they are alive with an uncanny resolution. Rogue Trader, we need to talk, or rather, I need to tell you something. The truth about how I ended up on Theodore von Valencia's ship, and about the cultists we encountered on Footfall. I'm listening. Please understand, I couldn't trust you before. I'll tell you my story, and you'll see why. Argenta spoke. I'll start at the beginning. It's easier to piece everything together that way. Upon arriving in the Expanse and on Footfall, I found no purpose here, only torment. I wasn't needed. The reliquary I had been assigned to safeguard had already been well protected by Reverend Harmonious mission, and no one was even trying to defile it. For all its lawlessness, Footfall respects the worship of the Emperor. That was when Lady Theodora, the head of your dynasty, appeared. She became an agent of divine will in a way. It was from her that I learned about a planet recently discovered by her scouts, Salus Prime. For a rogue trader, the planet was of little interest, a feral world away from convenient warp routes. But for me, learning about its existence was a revelation. Yes, now the planet is yours by right, but it is not as simple as that. The warp route reading to it was lost. I will explain in due time. May I continue? The description of Salus Prime was familiar to me. It was very similar to a world from the ancient legend. Legend of Saint Argenta and her ship. Her voice grows forever. Argenta, living saint, she is my patroness. The order named me after her. She died millennia ago when the Heritage caused her ship to fall from the skies. But even those blasphemers could not touch Argenta's ashes or her holy relic, the One Star. For the fallen ship, which now served as a resting place for the saint's remains, would only allow the truly righteous to enter. All others would meet their death. Imagine what I felt when this flash of insight came upon me. The world where Saint Argenta's ship fell was merely a vague legend. No one knew its actual whereabouts, and suddenly I, myself named after the saint, came across this information. I realized at a moment that this was a portent. I must journey to the planet and find the ship. So I asked Reverend Hieronymus to let me go to a personal pilgrimage. I boarded Theodora's ship and demanded passage to the newly discovered planet, Salus Prime. I couldn't just come out and tell him. It was a portent revealed to me personally, can't you see? I told Reverend Hieronymus the honest truth, that I was going on a special pilgrimage to embolden my spirit. It really was a pilgrimage. It was as if Saint Argenta herself had shown me the way, commanding me to undertake the trial. If I had found the ship and set foot upon its decks, if I had laid my hands upon the remains and their relic, it would have been a sign that I had truly been blessed by the saint's favor. I thought that I had been called to find that finding the ship had been called. That finding the ship was destiny, my place in the world. Perhaps there's something to that. Lady Theodora lent her assistance. It was her intention to visit the newly discovered world, and she took me with her. Apologies, I got so carried away I forgot to explain. The One Star is the relic kept by Saint Argenta. It belonged to the order Prodigious, and we attach peculiar significance to holy relics. The One Star is one of the lost relics of the past, so mysterious that no one even knows exactly what it is exactly. Argenta's hagiography at times calls it a banner, or a set of armor, or a blessed chainsword. One thing is for certain, it was a beacon of righteousness, and it was lost with Argenta's death. Defeat. The ship's augurs failed to detect anything of note during orbital scanning. I was expecting this though. According to the legend, the ship can conceal itself from the naked eye, and only a pilgrim guided by a pure heart can find it. What I didn't expect was an ambush waiting for us on the planet. I landed there with a small unit provided by Theodora. I know St. Argenta's hagiography by heart, and about all the legends about her. I followed their obscure clues, the descriptions of mountains and rivers from millennia-old tales, and I was certain I had found the way to the ship, and that's when we were attacked. Words we heard in the Heretic's Shrine on Footfall, something about ways, doors, please, addressed to some Lord of Age of Daybreak. Argenta shaking with disgust. They were the same words as those spoken by cultists who attacked us on Salus Prime. My whole unit perished. All those honest, brave people, and I had to search for the relic. I had led to search for the relic. It was only by a miracle that I didn't perish along with them. I didn't connect these events at first. The cultists on Footfall, the cultists on Salus Prime, the cultists attacking the ship, and Conrad's betrayal. What if these are all links to the same chain? What if they've long been innocents and infiltrated the ranks of the Von Valencia service? What if I led those heretics to the sacred planet with my search? I doubt it. No one except me was particularly interested in the planet. Conrad, on the other hand, he sympathized with me when I first came aboard. He helped to arrange an audience with Theodora, and supported me in my effort to visit the planet. I never told him plainly why I wanted to go there, but I imagine the vulture must have figured out that it was something important, something related to the holy faith of the Imperium, and he could delight a heretic. What could delight a heretic more than defiling a relic? Theodore's people received their distress call, came to my rescue, and brought me aboard the ship. I barely remember what happened. When they arrived, I was already severely wounded, fighting back with whatever remained of my strength. I think I shouted that we had to go after them, but they didn't listen. They took me to the shuttle and pulled out. After that, it's all blackness. When I came to, we'd already in the middle of warp jump. Theodore had urgent matters to take care of. She said that she could clear out the planet at a later time. Oh yes, I sincerely hope that we will meet again. That serpent needs to answer a few questions before he just plunged into cleansing flame. Yes, Road Trader. I saw with my own eyes how a member of your family showed his true colors as a servant of the archenemy. I had already suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of cultists and was afraid of another betrayal. I couldn't be forthright with you, and so I studied you, looking for seeds of corruption, or the light of righteousness. A man who stood shoulder to shoulder with me and helped eradicate the cultists on Footfall. Although my opinion of you started to change even before then, back when you agreed to talk to the orphans at my request. A leader who's willing to honor those who laid down their lives for them, and take care of the children is a leader who inspires trust. And the way you acted in that moment. Do you remember there was a young man whose grief and confusion had driven him to insolence? You didn't turn a blind eye to his misdeed, but you chose the right words to show him the path of redemption. It was harsh but necessary, like the Emperor's truth, like bitter medicine that helps the sick. I learned much about you in that moment, Rogue Trader, and I want to believe that I was mistaken in my judgment. Yes, I rushed to Theodore the moment I could walk in, and I assisted in going back to St. Louis Prom to defend the relic from the heretics. But I was told that the war had destroyed the old route to the planet, and that the plotting a new one would take a great deal of time and effort. As if there could be anything more important than protecting the faith and hunting down servants of the archenemy. In any event, the route was lost, and all knowledge of it died in that attack on the ship, along with the old navigator. But now we have a new lead, the data that we collected from Cultist Shrine on Footfall. I don't care what that retrobate we executed said. There must be some way to track them down. Tell me, Rogue Trader, will you help me in this undertaking? Will you help me find the great relic and return it to the people of Imperium? there's so many options here that I want to be like, they're just yes, and then I don't want to do that. So be it, Rogue Trader. As I stand here before the warrant, the embodiment of the Emperor's will that were marked by his own hand, I vow that I will not relent until the whole relic has been returned and the heretics punished. And may the light be with both of us on this path. Okay, so now we're going back to another load screen. We'll see what that updated to. Alright. Stray. Where is this? Oh, it is complete. Scarcely called. Okay. No. Huh. Alright. That's kind of weird. I figured I'd get another quest. I figured it's complete. Okay, so now we need to talk to Jay. Wherever Jay is. There's Jay. Alright.
Allow me to thank you again for helping me with the cargo, Sherin. I am sure the Ashmags who squirreled away my goods won't give up so easily, and I'll hear more about their scheming yet. Let's strike a deal, Sherin. I will watch your back, if you do me a favor and watch mine. Well, enough jokes. Is there something you wanted?
Was there some business you wanted?
Oh, Sherin, I did manage to spark your interest. Allow me to invite you to a more private place. My words are meant for your ears alone.
Shireen, the exalted one himself, brought us together the day we crossed Vladim's threshold. He led us to the cargo and gave us his blessing for his return. You know what people of my world say when such a thing happens? What's gained is to be shared with your neighbor. I am sharing with you. Sharing what I've gained with you. Please accept these humble gifts in honor of our wildly successful, although suddenly struck friendship. I mean, okay. I knew you'd appreciate the Xenos as the master of their craft. So, matter I wanted to discuss with you is related to my business. You know that I sell Xeno artifacts to interested Imperial subjects, and Imperial trinkets to Xenos. Business is going well. My network runs even without my participation, but when it comes to expansion, well, that is where I hit the wall. Rivals envious of my success. Falco especially. I am certain the theft of the cargo was his doing, but I can never predict what the Ashmag will do next. And while the Imperium's authority may be fragmented in the Expanse, it could crack down on people of my profession at any moment. If the rogue trader put in a good word for me with the servants of the Adeptus Administratum, I could become an official trade representative of the Imperium. Just imagine it. A little scrap of paper will offer me and my agents protection against Ashmag schemes, far better than any refractor field. And even the Inquisition will have to think twice before they mess with me, because it'll be a representative of the law in my own right. And the best part of it is that this will cost you precisely nothing, Shireen. All you have to do is stop by the Administrative Palace and obtain a certificate from the Master of Seals. My informants tell me that the palace is located on Dargonis, your capital world. You see how everything is aligned so wonderfully, and of course I will repay you in kind. Besides being in receipt of my eternal gratitude, Shireen, it won't be beneficial to have someone in your retinue with the weight of the authority behind them, rather than just another pawn. Once those have paper, I will be able to extend my network to systems far beyond footfall. Agents will be your eyes and ears throughout the Expanse. Okay. So I want to bless you, Shireen. You couldn't find a better business partner in all the Expanses. Friendship is a gift from the Exalted One. We must cherish it. And you have no complaints about our friendship, Shireen. I may not be a trade representative of the Imperium yet, but I can still help you with whatever you need. You must have some faction in mind that you would like to establish relationships. The severe Drusians, the hot-headed pirates of the Casbalica. You merely need to use the right words, like a key for a lock, and people will open their hearts to you, or their wallets. I will arrange everything. You merely have to ask. I don't know. No problem, Shireen. I have my people put in a good word for you in the right circles. Faction representative. I will humbly wait until you steer your vessel toward Dargonis, the Mercatum Tabula Official. It seems almost as majestic as the word of trade. I mean, not exactly, but okay. Oh. Alright. I do hate going to my quarters because I can never remember how to get out of them. It's bad, isn't it? There it is. Alright. So now we move, I guess. Now we move. Okay. Can we go here? I know that they warned us away before, but... Okay. I have a feeling that will open sooner or later, I'll be honest. I can't imagine that it won't. Alright. So now we move on to the next area. Contracts. Tech and Promethean. Okay. I think there were alright, let's go here, I guess. The feud is broken up between the clans that maintain the void or shield race. Rumor has it that the late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the voidship, that is you. So far, no one believes their rat tale, but unrest has begun to fringe the compartments. The ship's enforcers are already limited to an instigating clan or pacify the entire voidship group. Decision is yours. Find the source of the rumors. From Captain Essential Mercerin would say, there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire voidship. Testing over a strange, obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the enforcers later, but right now, the rest must be stopped. People return to their direct duties. Or replaced. There's this story. Rumors of the Lady Theodora's presence in the voidship have been circulating for a long time and appear to be deliberate provocation rather than ordinary drunken ramblings. Perhaps someone is intentionally stirring up a mass rebellion against you, or perhaps his influence in the world. Enforcers are already investigating, but right now we need to stop the conflict from escalating any further. As long as the unrest continues, the voidship shields will not be operating at full capacity. Alright, I'll see to it. Alright, let's visit. Alright, so we go here. Alright. Imperium cartographers and chroniclers know this place well. Long ago, the planet was a prosperous outpost capable of eclipsing even footfall. There used to be a Cyclopean tomb station in its orbit, but the final resting place is Cornelius Sato, one of the discoveries of the Koronus Expanse. The tomb gave its name to the entire system. However, about 100 years ago, an unknown cosmic body rammed into the station, causing it to collapse onto the planet. Not only did the catastrophe kill the settlers, it also made the world inhabitable for centuries. Craters formed by the station's impact can still be observed from orbit, so this tomb became a sepulchre for the entire planet. Alright, so nothing there. Okay, that's interesting to know. I didn't want to click on it when I was here before because I didn't want to like go into something that I didn't. I want to see one thing too though. Okay, this one does more damage. Oh. Can only perform a dead eye, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but you know what? It's okay. Did they fix the models? Yeah, I think they did somewhat. It doesn't look... Their eyes aren't bulging as much as they once were with the long guns. Alright. Let's go here. In emergency, we received word that one of our sightings on the lower decks Setting of Lady Theodora. Messages we received are incomplete and vague, little more than historical claims. Reports of casualties and unrest. The compartment in question has already been sealed off. I thought you might want to look into what's going on for yourself. The situation is delicate and especially disturbing. There are mentions of Idira Tlass being present at the scene. Idira broke her macro feed, so I wasn't able to find anything from her. But Lord Captain, Idira is a psyker. You're in the warp. You are the only one who would risk setting foot in that compartment. And if you do not, we will never see Idira again. I beg you, Lord Captain, do not ignore this matter. Right away, Lord Captain. Alright. So I can't use her. Alright, let's do this. I don't really want to lose crew members even if I don't use them. Alright, a message has come to the bridge reporting that a departed rogue trader has appeared in the ship. Alright, so let's see where we are. Tech use.
Operation successful.
Keep your wits about you.
Theodora, you know who deigns to grace us with their presence under the gaggle of heretics and traitors thirsting to get their due for what they've done? Or is it the leader himself who has finally grown tired of hiding behind others? Theodora von Valencius is before you. She looks grotesque. A hole yawns wide in her chest. Rusted hooks protrude from beneath her skin, and a lumpen inflamed scar cuts across her throat. Her figure flickers as though it dropping in and out of reality. She looks at you with the whitish eyes of a corpse and smiles venomously. Rogue traitor, we meet at last. I have grown tired of waiting for you to pay me a visit. Theodora's look at her praising, and her mocking tone turns to one of distaste. Indeed, centuries of selfish toil and effort, and everything I left behind has gone to this non-entity. Argenta's eyes spark with fire. Work illusion be gone. Argenta, my dear, there's no need to make such a fuss. Why don't we sit down in a cup of recaf like we used to? I'll listen to your rapturous tales of sacred relics, portents, and your special path. You must have been so lonely without me here. No one else is willing to listen to your ravings or help you with your childish treasure hunt. Throne, spare us from the cursed apparition of the archenemy. Is that what you are truly paying for? I can hear how fast your heart is pounding, Whisperin. I think deep down you hope this apparition never ends. What, you ask? You dare say that to me, little boy? I am Theodora von Valencius Massimo of Scaris, rogue trader of the Imperium and commander of this voidship. Unless my glorious voyage through life is ended in the dullest possible way, by death. A nuance I staved off so long as I could. Do not weep for me, my boy. I am still keeping an eye on my property and punishing those who have failed me. Theodora bares her rotten teeth in a snarl while her laughter is piercing. Where is it? Me? What have I done with Idira? All I did was turn that little mutt from the fringes into a true servant of the Imperium. I gave her toys. I cleaned up after her antics. I provided her with everything she could ever dream of. Oh, I had great plans for the poor little Idira. Theodora rarely rolls her. The matters are so dire that the pleas of one of my servants failed to reach my ears. How could I ignore such a desperate cry for help? And for my little Idira, no less. And once I appeared here, of course, I had to meet the pretender who had allowed this deplorable state of affairs. I'm dead. How is that? I'm no different from those who have not yet crossed the divide between reality and eternity. I see, I speak, I remember the wrongs you all committed against me, and for all those who failed me, I have already begun extracting my retribution. I am truly Theodora, the remnant of herself that she left behind in this world. I am an echo of her memories, preserved in the minds of those who cared for her. I am the taste of tears, built for the unsaid and the undead. I am the terror of she who failed to turn the tides of fate, and who refused to look truth in the face. I am as real as the human passion as the world yearns. Oh, wouldn't you like to know the answer to that question? I don't even know which would be more satisfying, to give you an honest answer or leave you in languish with your ignorance. We'll see how you conduct yourself, little boy. Theodora tosses her head back and laughs. The scar on her throat opens with a wet, sucking noise, curving into a horrible facsimile of a smile. He feels sorry for me, wretched, spineless creature. No, the only one worthy of pity here is you, boy. But do not expect any. I am not here to console you. Oh no. I am here to seek retribution against all who failed me. My brainless crew, my useless officers, my pathetic servants who turned their backs on their mistress in her darkest hours, and worst of all, you, my dear heir. You who have undeservedly claimed the warrant and everything else that is mine. I will drag it all to the warp with me, including you. Alright.
My house would be proud of me.
None are better at searching.
Cool, I'm gonna find some goods on my own ship.
I always keep my options open.
Huh. Where is she? I clearly remember her being around here somewhere. Alright. Ah, there you are, my little coward. Why don't you look at your Captain Idera? Lord Captain, the minute gaze only rests briefly on your face per precise way. Up close you can see the little base of Idera's temple implants have been blackened and melted. No wait, Lord Captain. Lady von Valencia's. You came back. Hello, Idera. There. How could I not come? You were crying for me so desperately. Your pleas carried to the very depths of the warp itself. Why didn't you save me? Why didn't you warn me? Answer me, you sneaking wretch. I will direct the answers to you myself.
Can I fall back now?
Idera lets out a soul-chilling howl and tries to grab the hand tearing into her, but her fingers pass through the monster's flesh. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything that could have had anything to do with you. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I failed. Ah! Yeah, you're not going. Yeah, no. Gender wrinkles her nose at your shouted command and lowers her weapon by a few centimeters, but she does not put it away. I mean, we have to use persuasion. Lord Captain? Damn it! Shoves his psyker away with a low snarl. Chaos Rogue Trader's body began to change, losing its human shape. Chaos will devour you. It will devour everyone responsible for my death. Die! Die for this election of my lord. Is it one of those pink things? Warp beast, okay. Alright. Cast me here. I'm gonna put our Jinta right here, I think, because I want her to. I really like to put her over here. I need to put him up here. Got her right here, I guess. I don't really care. I don't know if you really need cover against these, to be honest with you. And then that's good enough right there, I think. She's got two, so guess I should put these down. I didn't do that. Ah, I left 4 hit points. If I'd, what am I gonna do here? So I don't need to do that. Alright. Yep. Alright, hand me it. Alright. Charge here. I can't believe I'm too close. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Alright. Sword enemy. Did 1 damage on the crit hit there. That's awesome. Wait, I didn't realize those were going to attack me. I didn't realize those were attacking me. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I didn't realize that was happening here. Alright. So... doesn't do a huge amount of damage. So we're gonna do the shot. Why can't you charge? Oh, I know why I can't charge. Never mind. Ow. I don't really want to take that shot because yeah, throw some more grenades, why don't you? Alright, so I have two, so we can do this. And this. He is pretty hard against him. Alright.
Guided by faith. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
Not a huge amount of damage, but it is damage nonetheless. Alright. Alright, so let's see. We probably need to move. We probably need to go this way with Malachi, to be honest with you.
Compromise my principles. I'll speak to it personally.
If it serves your cause. I understand your intent.
Alright. She's probably gonna end up pulling like a what was that? Is that a stun grenade? Force grenade. That's awesome that she doesn't get attacked this round. We're gonna put this up first. I'll move away and then charge. Then we have. Ow. that was pretty good. I still don't know what causes that. Agility resistance test. Like, what causes them to do their agility resistance test?
In the name of House Mercedia, I shall prevail.
I'm gonna take him out this round. Oh, got two of them here. Unfortunately, I can't. Come on, just let me move here. That's all I want to do. Alright.
Accustomed to being ordered around.
We've got two, so we can just do this. How did I not hit her before? Alright. That one unfortunately dodged.
Do not dare ask. Me? If you insist. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Okay, I almost hit my own person there.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
I'll make it happen.
My family.
On it. It's as good as...
Oh, that's great. Just
I
completely missed
won't
it.
stand for it.
Oh yeah, just summon something, why don't you? That would be just awesome.
This chief is beneath me. If I must. Death's my hand.
Alright, Captain, is it really you? Just a trained weapon on the deer and watch you closely. You alright? I don't know. I should be quiet, but my head, the whispering is louder. It shouldn't be like that. Me? Did I? Yes, Lord Captain. I think it was me who called her. I can barely remember. The voices of my old good whisperers, they suddenly turned red sharp. They started cutting, tearing, ripping me into pieces. I cried out. I called for help and she came. Damn it. Why are the voices making so much noise? Shut up! Shut up! Like, this never. Well, there was something, but it was different. It wasn't as strong or as terrifying. Apparitions appeared. Mechanism malfunctioned. The crew lost their minds. But Lady Von Valencius knew about that. She said that it was a small price to pay and accept the expense. No psyker is immune to it. But what happened here, it was all a mistake. I won't do it again. There will be no more mistakes, Lord Captain. This is not the first time this heretic has caused the death of her crew. Do you remember the incident in the mid-decade era? What did those honest souls ever do to deserve such a fate? To be turned into mutants and attack their own families? You're a monster, a heretic. If you have any humanity left in you, admit what you are. Shut up, quit your preaching. You're the worst out of everyone here. Yes, Malachi. I did a couple times when I'd had too much to drink. At that time, I thought I heard her voice among all the whispers in my head. The voice was so sad, so clear, I couldn't help myself. I answered. I hoped I could reach her. There. Ever since she died, since I first heard her voice in my head, the whispers have gotten louder, clearer, harder to resist. You don't know what it's like. The most important person in your life, who's now gone forever, suddenly starts talking to you inside your head. How could I not try to reach her? I had to. I know what you're thinking. During the warp jump, when Lady Thor came out toward us, I kept thinking about that meeting. I keep blaming myself. Why didn't I divine it? Why didn't I stop her, kill her? These thoughts have been playing in the back of my mind, day after day, choking me with guilt. And do you know what? The one on the officer's deck, I don't know what it was, but this time, here, this is a product of my guilt. Accuser straight out of my own mind. Malachi, I know after everything I've done, you have no faith in my willpower or my strength, but I can fix everything. I'm not at my best, you see, but maybe we can find a way to replace my implants or some other remedy, a better one. Lady Von Valencia said that such a thing could be found. If not here, then elsewhere. I just needed to look for it. She needed it before, but we just need to find it. I need to figure out where to look for it, and we'll get it. Until then, I'll keep myself on a tight leash. Thank you, Lord Malachi. Thank you, Malachi. I won't let you down. You are making a mistake, Lord Captain. Perhaps you will find something to slow the decline, but it will not stop. Only miracles can save Idira to last now. I think I'd better, with your permission, Lord Captain. She takes a step away and faints. Lord Captain, the boxmaster's voice comes out of the comm beam. I received a report that the shooting in the lower deck has stopped. I presume that you have brought the situation under control. Waiting further instructions. Put her out through an airlock. What? You hear unconcealed relief in the boxmaster's voice. Of course, Sir Captain, as you command. So that's what he wanted us to do. Hold on, are we still? Okay. What? Okay, there's some loot.
This explorator
Oh.
is blessed with multifunctionality.
Oh. So we got psyker stuff. Well, that's cool. Makes sense, I guess. Alright. Let's go back to the bridge. Come on. Let's head back to the bridge. So, yeah, I mean, that was an interesting little mission, so to speak. Alright, let's go back to the map. Alright. Alright. There are a few too many loading screens too. I believe. Look, I really don't want to do right now. Small human dwelling stands in this barren, deserted planet. Scouts report that an old hermit lives there, who spends his days in prayer to the Emperor. That's the old hermit. To the Lord's captain's surprise, the old hermit turned out to be a navigator, and when the old man discovered the noble stats of the visitor, he willingly recounted his tale. He had retreated to this planet long ago, back when he was still in his youth, after he had realized that his mind could not withstand frequent forays into the Imperium, the realm of the archenemy. The hermit spoke with pride about how he had worshipped the Emperor each and every moment of his life, but when he mentioned the golden light of the Astronomicon, his voice quivered. When his guests left, he stared after them for a long time, his gaze filled with sadness. Okay, so that was just a big nothing right there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do that. Smuggler's cache. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so I think this is probably a... Let me see something here. Drax. Okay. I think this is probably a good stopping point here. Had a good battle. Had a lot of like progressing submissions. Anyway, we're gonna end it here. Appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you next time.